The initial box office projections for Black Panther Wakanda Forever were absolutely monstrous, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest MCU opening weekend that we've seen in 2022. That's what the projections said. But as more people started to see what this movie was about, as clips were released, promotional material, it certainly looked like maybe interest was waning a little bit. Well, now we actually have some tangible numbers. The Thursday night previews. Black Panther did open up yesterday, and we're getting the first numbers from that. Black Panther Wakanda Forever roars to 28 million in Thursday box office previews. And if you look at a lot of the mainstream media right now, they're celebrating that because they're saying, hey, that's more than the original Black Panther did 4 or 5 years ago. Black Panther Wakanda Forever scored $28 million in Thursday box office previews, exceeding the 2018 original's $25 million. Same thing from Variety, same thing from Film Updates. Everybody wants you to know that it beat the original Black Panther. Isn't that great news? Unfortunately for Marvel, there's something that's a little more relevant to speak about that doesn't bode super well for Wakanda Forever. And MCU Direct reports it here. Wakanda Forever has earned $28 million during its domestic Thursday night previews. For comparison, Thor Love and Thunder, $29 million. Multiverse of Madness, $36 million on those Thursday. In other words, it's behind both of those movies. Now, there is no doubt that internally Marvel wanted this thing to do $1 billion. They wanted it to beat Multiverse of Madness. I've been questioning whether that's a possibility, $950 million for Multiverse of Madness, but they certainly wanted to beat the disappointment that was Thor Love and Thunder. And right now, after the opening weekend, it doesn't look good for them. Black Panther 2 falls behind Thor 4 and Doctor Strange 2 in its opening. Black Panther Wakanda Forever hauled in more than 2018's Black Panther, but it didn't live up to its 2022 counterparts. And it is important to know this distinction. Black Panther released like February of 2018, almost 5 years ago, when you're looking at the math. That was a different era. You know, the Thursday night previews were not as big as they are right now and not pushed as heavily as they are right now for a lot of MCU releases. And also, we didn't see the massive drop-offs weekend to weekend that we now see for nearly every Marvel project. And the reason this is important is because when you look at Black Panther Wakanda Forever, $28 million, these direct comparisons, Thor Love and Thunder finished at $750 million worldwide. Just like I said, it was going to be a massive disappointment. It absolutely was. Shout out to all the people, even these industry experts that doubted me on that. Huge disappointment for them. Not a doubt about that. Black Panther 2, after the first weekend, or after the first day, shall we say, we don't know what the weekend holds, certainly could change, but it's a little bit behind that. If this thing ends somewhere around $160 million range, 165, that's going to be well below what the industry is expecting. The industry was expecting maybe upwards of $200 million for this domestic opening weekend. And we don't have those numbers fully yet. Maybe it'll be a massive Friday because of Veterans Day. Shout out to all my fellow veterans out there here in America, by the way. Happy Veterans Day to each and every one of you guys, and thank you for your service. And it wasn't even close to something like Doctor Strange, $36 million on Thursday. That had a $187 million opening. That's where they wanted to target, that $185, $187, $190 million domestic. That's what they expected to get from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Right now, it certainly doesn't look like that. The lead up to this November MCU release has been unique, and this film not only finalizes Marvel Studios Phase 4, but also mourns the loss of Chadwick Boseman. I did go and see this. There's a video out there on Twitter where me and Jeremy were messing around a little bit. It's weird. Just go in there and saying, hey guys, we're here at Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We have legitimate death threats and people wishing death upon us because two white guys were there. Very strange, isn't it? But when you look at this, Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, and Thor Love and Thunder both earned more during their previews. That should be concerning to any Black Panther stands out there, to Marvel Studios, to everybody. Because you know damn well, even though they're saying it beat the Thursday previews for Black Panther, you know damn well it's not going to have this kind of hold, a 45% hold, 41-38. Black Panther was one of the biggest things we've ever seen domestic box office wise. There's not a question about that. This movie is not very good. I'll say it right now. Black Panther 2018 to me is a pretty average movie, you know, like a 6 out of 10, something like that. This one, Wakanda Forever, significant downgrade. It is boring as hell. I did not like it. I think they used the death of Chadwick Boseman in what I thought is pretty disgusting way. That's the only reason anybody is going to care about this movie. That's the way it was marketed. That's the way this entire thing was made. And it feels less like honoring him and more like a predatory practice of using his death to try to market this movie and to try to get people to care about it, instead of actually focusing on the characters that you have. And maybe things do change box office wise. It's just the Thursday. It's just the first Thursday. Maybe because that Veterans Day, maybe people were waiting to go see it on Friday when they had a day off, something like that. Maybe the Friday number will be huge. Maybe the rest of the weekend will be huge. But right now, when you look internationally, when you look at this opening Thursday, it's tracking behind Thor: Love and Thunder. It cannot do that. That is a disappointment for Marvel, and this would be a disappointment if it got there as well. $250 million budget, needs $625 million to break even. I have no doubts that that will happen, that it will break even. But if it tracks like this and earns less than $750 million, that would be yet another disaster for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.